Okay, today this is about how to get started right with Live Good, and we're gonna briefly talk about the 9,000 in 30 days challenge, 30-day challenge, and then also we're going to be talking about why I talk about $50,000 in a matter. It could be as easily as 40 days, as easily as 40 days, but in order for you to get to $9,000 in 30 days or $50,000 in 40 days, you have to do this full setup, because if you don't set yourself up, you're not going to be able to do this. So number one, there's a checklist that we have inside of the community. So for those of you who are going to be watching the replay, there is a checklist. Number one, you want to have clarity as to why you're doing this and why you're wanting to put all this time and effort, right? So for me, I'll be totally transparent. I'm in my 50s. I don't want to work until I'm dead, and I don't want to reinvent the wheel. So I have my own community where it's a membership community where I do have passive residual um, predictable income, but it's all under my shoulders. Everything that I do is my responsibility. So I'm the coach, I'm the builder, I'm the creator, I'm everything. And it's a very lonely road. It can be lucrative, but it's a lonely road. And then when we launched this community with the elite group, Andrea and Dr. Carlos are part of the elite group. I realized that I was having too much fun building our community. So I really had to have a heart to heart with me. And I'm like, okay, you're telling everybody that if you could do this full time, you would do it full time. But you're spending all this time on doing all these different things. And then you do this, in the pockets of your time. But I run my own show. So I decided last night, and I talked to my mom. My mom is like my confidant. And I was like, mommy, I was like, you know what? I've decided that I'm just going to run for the next 30 days. I'm going to run to $9,000 in 30 days. Now, it's going to be a hard way to do it. But in the meantime, I'm going to be building predictable, recurring compound income. So, with all of that being said, what we're going to be sharing is part of this 30 days into $9,000 a month, or $9,000 in a month, and then to all with the intention to build a $50,000 a month business. Because I don't know about you, but if you've ever experienced making 30 grand a month, or knowing people that are making 30 grand a month, things just are different. Like, when you go out to dinner and it's $1,500 for a party of four, it's no big deal. It's normal. If you go to a fancy restaurant and it's not fancy anymore, it's just a way of life. So it becomes a very, very different life. Okay, so number one, now that I've shared with you why I'm doing this, because I want to be able to make not just enough money, but I want to make more than enough to get rid of my debt, to also start saving and to start paying off additional things that I've been hanging over me, and then to bring additional help to help me be more effective. So that's what I'm doing it. And obviously, because I don't want to work until I'm dead, and I want to start building the life of a rich, wealthy woman. So John, why are you doing this?
Well, I hear that you have a dog in the background, or somebody does.
Yes.
I'm doing this for two reasons. One, I want to build a legacy for myself, similar to you. I'm already being 50, 51 next month. I don't want to keep using my body to do work. I want to use my mind and my mouth. So definitely, I believe in a legacy planning, and this seems like a good opportunity to do that, as well as having a son with autism. Oh,
Somebody's at my door, but they're going to have to
uh,
wait.
and then having a son with autism is very close to my heart, to making sure that he's financially taken care of. So that's my why I'm wanting to do this.
Can you share, are you open to sharing a little bit about your son?
Yeah. You want me to like elaborate?
Yeah, just
Well,
briefly, just tell us, the special
yeah.
circumstances.
So with my wife Olivia, I've been with her now for 18 years, and I came into, I fell in love, fell in love with her that long ago. And at the time, Alex and Chris, who were my two stepsons, Alex was 7, Chris was like 11, and I just, took them on as my own. I didn't really think nothing of it like most people would do. I don't find myself special in that way. It's just that's just how I'm built. And so, but him, having autism is a huge, challenge, especially being nonverbal, behavioral wise and different things. And now he's, 26. We have a day program thing. Well, working with him, I am able to do my business. You might see him walk by. Oh, he just paused out. And so I've really developed a stronger bond with him these past couple of years since I went into a business for myself as a financial uh, planner. That's my main like profession, and so um, that's what has really, as I've been building that practice and doing that, I really see the financial literacy is key, and like building that and making sure that he's like really secure with that. And just like Maria said, like having that financial freedom, I think is a key thing to have in life, so you can have those opportunities for yourself versus other people that don't have it. And of course, just along the way, I would love to help other people do the same. Of course, and being able to leverage something like this.
Well, and I always say before you can help other people, we have to put our mask on. So
Yeah,
I always give myself and others permission that it's okay for you to rescue your own self. It's
right.
okay for you to one for yourself. It's okay because when I first came into the space, I had this altruistic that I needed to do something for my nieces and nephews and my mom. My mom is fine. Now she could do better, but she's fine. And my nieces and nephews, they're young. They have a whole life ahead of them. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So number one, we have to have a clear mindset as to why we're doing this. Number two, we have to make sure that what you're doing, you have allocated time to build this. Otherwise, it doesn't just build by itself. And then you have to make a decision. You got to draw a line in the sand and say, I am doing this. And listen, if someone who is a complete homeless man, hopeless, that he was able to become a millionaire, not just a 1 millionaire, but a multi-millionaire from doing a $10 membership, spamming everybody around the internet and calling anyone who would listen, then the rest of us can do this. If someone who has done it by just simply posting pictures of food on a daily basis, beautiful pictures of food, and then about every 5 pictures posting about the opportunity, and he's making $11,000 a month. I mean, $11,000 a week. So the rest of us should not have any reasons for why this is not something that can happen for us. So before we get started, one of the things that you also have to know is that you have to have 2 people. This works if you find 2 people. Like one of my 2 people is Carlos. Now I have enrolled over 30 people, but out of the 30 people, only Carlos is moving. Now a lot of people are saying they're moving, and a lot of people are doing a lot of time and effort and work, but the only one that is fully enrolling is Carlos right now. And I've enrolled 30 people. So that gives you an idea, right? So everybody, I mean, listen, up until last night when I had to have like a come to Jesus moment with myself, I was going to be running with my other membership program. And I said, why would I want to reinvent the wheel? I already have a proof, and those people over there are really quiet. I love working with this, and I love that I can make, if I get serious about it, I can make $9,000. So with that being said, let's go ahead and there's going to be a few things that you want to do. So one of the things that you want to do is that you want to make sure that you have 2 people that know you, like you, and trust you, right? Those are key factors. Yes, I'm going to teach you and show you how to build your business online without having to call your friends and family. But does anybody know who Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, is? Does anybody know who she is? She's a self-made billionaire. So if you don't know who she is, Look her up. She is a self-made billionaire. She's the founder of Spanx and Shapewear. Does anybody know who Alex Hermosi is? Okay, so Alex Hermosi is one of the owners of School, where our community is. What he decided to do is that whenever he's running a business, he goes to what is called the low-hanging fruit. They go and they call their friends and family first that know them, like them, and trust them, and are willing to be supportive and are not skeptics, right? They're not judgy. So if you are wanting to launch this, but you don't have anyone that knows you, likes you, and trusts you, it's going to be tougher for you to launch. Not impossible, but it's going to be tougher for you to take off, right? You need to take off. So you need a little bit of extra stickiness in order for you to do that. Has anybody heard of this guy that he's been known for, I think, a couple of centuries? His name is Jesus. He's known as Jesus Christ. Does anybody know that guy? Andrea, you don't know who Jesus Christ is? Oh my goodness. Okay. You never know. You never know. So this guy, Jesus Christ, he also went for the people he knew, right? He went for the low-hanging fruit. And guess what he did? He went and he gathered 12 people to help him spread his message. And this is, Carlos and I were talking about, do we do 11 or do we do 12? Carlos made a case. And I was like, okay, you win. He was trying to explain himself. I was like, Carlos, you win. It's 12. The number is 12. So number 2, you need to have 2 people that are serious about building a business online. You need to find 2 people that want to do that. In order to do that, you need to find people that know you, like you, and trust you, and they don't think that making money in a home-based business is a pyramid scheme. If you have someone that thinks that, they're not that person. If you have someone that is already an established multimillionaire, true story, that person is not the person who's going to build this, because they're already a multimillionaire, right? This is a side hustle. This is an online business. So you don't need to be bugging people that are already very well established, that they haven't raised their hand and said, hey, I need to make more money. So with that being said, John, have you thought of 2 people that know you, like you, and trust you, and are open to making extra income online and would willingly say, yes, I will do this with you?
I mean, I wouldn't, say I've asked them, but I do have a couple people that that know, like, and trust me. It'd just be a matter of running this by them.
Right. So, and this is something that I want you to do. Don't run it by them, right? I mean, run it by them, but make sure that you're just the messenger. You're not the one that is going to deliver the information. All you need to do is invite them to the community, tag them into the videos, and then the rest of us will answer all their questions. It is up to you to say, hey, I'm doing this. There is $9,000 and $50,000 that can be made. 9,000 as a one time in a month, and then 50,000 in recurring revenue and passive revenue. So if they are open to doing that, then there's someone that you want to bring into the community and start, so that they can start getting all this information. But you need to have 2 people in order for you to launch your business. That is the low-hanging fruit. And then the other thing that I missed, that I wish I had known, is that you want to enroll to literally 7 people that are your loved ones. So I enroll my mom and my best friend. I'm single, I don't have kids, right? So I enroll my mom and my best friend, and then I'm going to be opening a few extra positions so that I am able to create additional income. Because imagine you have oceanfront beach property, okay? You have ocean beach property, but you are selling the entire properties. The entire property, you're selling it out. You're not giving it to your core people. So you want to make sure that you open 2 to 7 positions, 2 to 7 positions for the people that you like the most, that you like them. If you don't like them, don't do it. Just because they're family members or they're your bestie, but they called you that they've never been supportive on things like this. They have to be people that you like them and that you're willing to build something for them. This is aside from the 2 people and the 12 people. Okay, this is totally aside. This is just something that you're building for them, because if you don't do it, you will regret it 6 months to a year from now. Promise, guaranteed. Okay. So what we do is that we build this, John, with our ATM system. John, do you know what an ATM is? And most of what I ask you is going to be no, because you're brand new to all of this. So it's totally okay to say no. Do you know what an ATM system is?
No.
Perfect. So an ATM system is an add tag message. So you invite people to this group. You invite people to this group, the Live Good Side Hustle. When you invite people to this group, the way that you would invite them to the group is that, let's say that I wanted to invite people, and I have to bring it to another program because the one that I have is not going to show you. So if I wanted to invite people, then I would click on the invite, John. I would click on this invite right here, and then this would give me my own customized link directly to me. So whenever somebody comes, it would be linked back to me that these were my guests, right? So whenever, because I'm the owner of the community, it doesn't show that. So this is the invite to invite people. So we go back to the Live Good. So instead of in my side, it says settings. In your side, it'll say invite. So right here is settings, right? And then everything that once you invite members, they come in and you welcome them and you tag them into this presentation once you bring them in. When you bring them in, you want to make sure that I just realized that this is the wrong video here, so we're going to be replacing it tomorrow. So we invite them to watch the presentation. We invite them to watch our YouTube full presentation, the compensation plan, and then go to the next one, and then to introduce themselves, because we want everybody to introduce themselves and to start connecting with other people. When you connect with other people, Facebook, the experts of Facebook, they found that if they connect with 7 other people, they're not going to quit. They need to connect with 7 other people, and it is your job as the host to make sure that they connect with other people. So you add them to the group, you tag them on the welcome deal, and then you message them right here by going here, right? You go to the messages and you message them here, and you let them know, Amy, you're here? Yeah, you're here. You let them know that, hey, here is my link to my Live Good free side hustle, so that you can get started with this. And then the rest of all the questions that they have, we answer them inside of the community. So in the community, our community is held on school and is sponsored by a group of elite members. And the elite members, some of them are here. Let's see, Andrea is here, Dr. Carlos is here, and there's a handful of people that are actually sponsoring this community to be able to get paid for this community, because this community is not free, but we have made it free because there's a group of people that are funding it, in other words, so that I'm not bleeding every month. So these members, you can find them, you can find them in here, but what we're doing is that we're just simply bringing everything so that you have all the information that you need so that you can do the ATM add tag message. So next, you want to remind yourself that this is the long-term plan versus a get rich quick. But because we do need a quick win, you want to enroll 2 people right away. But you want to enroll those 2 people after you enroll your loved ones. So like for me, if I were John, I would enroll my son, I would enroll my wife, and then any other people that you care about. Now keep in mind that when you enroll these people, it's going to be $40 one time ever for each new account that you open, and then $10 a month for each account that you open. So keep that in mind, because it's going to cost you money. Unless you're like me, you tell your mom, Mom, I want you to do this because later on it's going to be free. And then you go to your best friend, you're like, hey, this is only $10. I want you to open this because later on you're going to make a lot of money. And then you don't have to pay out of pocket. But that's what I did with my people. You can you can do like Carlos. Carlos is very generous. He's literally paying for all of his loved ones. So he has 7 positions, right? Carlos, you have 7? Carlos has 7 positions, his wife, his 2 kids, and a bunch of other people that he loves. So he put those people in place. And once he plays those people, then he plays his real people that are going to be building the business. Did I just confuse the heck out of you, John?
So you're saying you had to pay for their not the membership, but also their one-time fee of $50, correct?
No and yes. So 1 second, Carlos, 1 second. So you don't have to do anything. I can only tell you what we have learned the very hard way. So I could leave this out and never tell you that you should do this. And then 6 months or a year from now, when you're really rocking it and making a ton of money, you're going to come back to me and you say, what the heck, Maria? Why didn't you tell me that I should have enrolled my son? Why didn't you tell me that I should have enrolled my wife? Now, all this money is going to my cousin that enrolled as soon as I told her because she got it. So she's making $1,000, $2,000 a month because you didn't tell me. So the short answer is no, you don't have to enroll anybody. But we learned this the very hard way, that other people that had already been in Live Good for 1 to 2 years, they realized that they had been given their money, they had given their money away to people that they enrolled immediately. So you first enrolled your immediate loved ones. And then after that, you enroll the people that you like next after your immediate loved ones. And then you enroll the people that want to make extra income. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess I'm just asking because if I go to like my nephews, I have two nephews, um, and I tell them just about this, if they want to come and see a presentation, and they like the idea. They're not ones who I would think would want to do this, but they may run with it, is what I'm saying, because they're like my like immediate circle.
Yeah. So
I
those
guess
are people
that
that they know you, like you, and trust you, and they will do this. These are not people that you fund the account for.
right.
You
But the
fund it for
part,
your wife, you fund it for your son.
yeah, no, for sure. But I want to offer it to them anyway, that opportunity.
Yes.
Just because I think it makes sense.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
just don't know if they'll actually want to do the like affiliate part. They might just do the membership part only, I guess, just do the $10.
Well, I would never let anybody that I care about not spend the $40, because
Okay.
for $40, they're going to be building $2,000 a month as they become loyal, right? As like my mom is now making $16 a month, and all she did is that she enrolled because I told her to.
Right. Okay.
So she spends $10 a month and she makes $16. Is she profiting?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you said she's paying
She
10?
spends $10
Oh,
and
she's
she
making
makes
16. Yeah, she's
16.
making
Yes,
$6.
yes,
Right.
right. My best friend, the same thing. She's falling a little bit behind because my mom was the first one that I enrolled. So eventually, it takes about 3 to 4 months that the investment is less than the money that they're making, and it starts with just a few bucks, and then more, and then more, and then more. And then Carlos, go ahead and be brief because we have a lot to cover.
It's not an obligation for the system to work, but it's the best investment you can do, because you invest $50 and you receive 25 back in commissions. That means basically you invest $25 to have your son, and after that your wife another 25, and they have the possibility to make tons of money. Remember, when you sign somebody, you receive $25. That means from the 50 you put, 25 is back. It's not a brainer. And my sons, both of them, they don't even know that they are signed, and they are making a few dollars every month in residual already.
Mhm.
That means makes sense. And when you build 2,000 or 3,000 people, at least 1,000 is the first two persons are your son and your wife. At least 1,000 people in one side and 1,000 people in the other one is under them. And $1,000 people is $250 a month that you are making for your son and for your wife every single month extra, just because they are the first two that they signed.
Right.
Just that.
Does that make sense, John?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So yes, so just for clarity, for anyone who listens to this replay, we are not making you buy anybody a position. We are just simply letting you know that these are the hard lessons that other people learned before us. And these are the hard lessons that I learned because I hung out long enough with Carlos. Now, I did enroll Carlos, but Carlos is a numbers genius and he just knows what I don't know. The things that I cannot see, can see very easily. So, and then what I learned from him was that he was enrolling all of his family. And then here is something. Okay, listen up. This is really, really big. So I enrolled 30 people, and I just enrolled 30 people. Carlos was smarter and wiser. Carlos enrolled 2 people, and the rest of them he enrolled for his family members and his loved ones. So instead of what I should have done, instead of enrolling me and 30 people, I should have enrolled me, my mom, and my best friend. And then everybody else that came after, I should have done what Carlos did, which I didn't. Sometimes Carlos tells me things and I'm like, I don't get it, Carlos. And then it takes me a few times before I get it. So what Carlos did is that he did this switcheroo. So once he enrolled 2 people, so he became a bronze, meaning that he has helped 2 families become active. So then everybody else that he enrolled, he went to wife, son, and so on and so forth. So he broke all the people that he was bringing into his family, loved ones, into the people that he wanted to grow businesses for. So instead of me enrolling personally 30 people, I should have enrolled a handful to my mom and a handful to my best friend, because they're people that I know, like, and trust. So when they make money, I make money. And then the bigger plan of that I also learned from Dr. Carlos is that when you are running to become a diamond so that you can make more profit shares, because it's another way that, and again, all of this that I'm sharing with you is something that we don't say all of this information, please, for the love of God, for the love of whatever, right? For the love of right judgment. Do not share this information until somebody has enrolled. When you hear this information without having enrolled, without having a buy-in, this sounds very fishy. It's not fishy, but if you're not in it, it doesn't make sense. It took me, I joined in Valentine's Day. It took me until just recently to get it, right? So with that being said, Carlos, can you explain the diamond thing briefly?
Yes. In all the positions after bronze, you need to have, for example, for silver, 3 bronze. For platinum, you need 3 golds, and like it's everything like that. But when you are running with the mentality that you are a diamond in the process, diamonds allow, but in order to be diamonds, you need to have 2,500 people in your organization. But it's one condition extra, that only you can have 500 people in each of your legs. That means if you have a leg with 1,000 people, only count 500 for the 2,500. That means the minimum amount of legs, active legs that you need to have are 5. That means what I did is everybody in my organizations need to have at least 6 legs, 6 personals. Why? Because you need 5, but usually 4 of them are working really good and in good speed. And you have 2 legs that you can convert in 1, because you have 251, 250 other, when you complete the 5 legs. That means I suggest to the person who is building, who want to make this a professional and a career, to have 6 personal legs. And I do the same with my son, and I do the same with my other son, because I want them to become diamonds. And I start from the beginning, setting the basics. You cannot build a building only two columns and say, okay, in the next month I put the other 2, because it doesn't work like that. You need to put first the basics, and after that you build. And that's what I learned with only 43 years experience in networks. I started at 17, and I'm almost 60 in the next 2 months. That means I have 43 years to learn, plus my accounting degrees and my mathematics. 5 legs minimum. I suggest to have 6, just to have a backup plan.
And then, like Dee said, I wish I had known this. I wish I had known this too. So all of this information, again, for those of you who are listening to the replay, we're not suggesting that you do anything that you don't want to do. It's just that we're teaching you what we have learned and what other leaders have learned the very hard way. So with that being said, does that make sense, John?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay, so now what I want to show you is what everybody knows already. So one of the things that we're running is the $50,000 deal. The $50,000 deal is that when I'm not going to go into the details of this, but you can look at the compensation plan. We have a whole video on this. You can make up to $16,000 a month by just recruiting two people who recruit two, who recruit two, who recruit two, who recruit two, and that multiplies 15 times. Does that make sense, John?
That makes sense.
Okay, so when you multiply 15 times by two people, that's where you have to find two people like Carlos and myself that are serious about building and are also doing whatever it takes to bring in two people. So when you do that, you multiply. Now, I've enrolled over 30, and I have Carlos. Dee has enrolled over 80, and I think she's still running on 0, right?
Juan, who, me?
No, D. So there's a lot of us that have enrolled a lot of people, and it takes a while to find the person that is actually going to do whatever it takes to enroll two, who enroll two, who enroll two, who enroll two. So I'm saying that, John, because $16,000 is waiting for all of us once we find the two people that are serious about this, that are going to help two more people, 15 times. And here is the magic of what Carlos was talking about. And again, I give credit to Carlos and Cooper because they're number geniuses. When you do this, when you focus on building two who build two, obviously that's going to be more than two people, right? But when you find the two people that are like Carlos, like me, like Dee, like all of us, and the company pays you 50% of every person that you personally enrolled, right? You personally enrolled. So even if you place them in your son, you're still going to make 50% of that because that's your direct income. So you enroll a total of X amount of people, right? And then out of all of those people, they decide that they want to follow the same thing that we're teaching. 5 of those people decide to duplicate and follow what I'm teaching because they watch this replay. You're going to make $8,000 out of everyone that is making $16,000 because you would personally enroll them. So when you do $16,000, half of that, 50%, is $8,000. $8,000 times duplicating 5 times, that leaves you with $40,000. So $40,000 plus $16,000 that you were already collecting, that is a total of over $56,000 a month in passive residual compound income. Does that make sense?
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay, so when you know that, there's no way that you cannot know that. There's no way that you can actually rest asleep well because you know that you have a vehicle to get you to where you want to go. So number one, you have to create a TikTok that is a brand new TikTok account, because if you didn't create a brand new TikTok account, it's going to be messy because it's hard to relaunch a TikTok. And on TikTok, the beauty of it is that it allows you to start from scratch and you can start building it. So what I recommend that you do is that you follow the training that I did on how to create your profile and how to create a clean profile that shows you everything that you need to do in order to have a successful profile page. Now on your profile, you have to have this number of things, and let me know if I'm running too fast, John, and then we'll slow down. So number one, I already gave you this picture. I mean, not my picture, but your picture. So you need to have a picture of yourself that is your clear face and is from not your full décolleté, which is your chest, but half of your décolleté. So you don't want to just your neck because then you look like a floating head. Yeah, right? And you don't want to have a floating head. So you want to go from half of your décolleté to a little bit of shoulder. And then that is, and then a bright background. I like the blue for the ocean, or the green, because that's money, and that is new beginnings. So I either use a bright blue to represent the ocean, because we're gonna be swimming in money, or the green because it's new beginnings, and it's the color of that. So number one, you want to make sure that your picture is like that, that your it's clearly stated what you do. $9,000 in 30 days, helping Gen Xers turn Wi-Fi into wealth that doesn't steal your time or your soul. Visit, and then my website, right? And then inside of there, my link on school. By the way, if you don't have your school profile fully set up, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, because I have a lot of people that have found me because of my profile on school. So what the freak? We don't have, what the freak? They don't give us, this is crazy. I had no idea that they don't give us, whatchamacallit, they don't give us TikTok. I need to email them. Okay, so we're gonna go to TikTok. Okay, so TikTok, you wanna go and you wanna make sure that just like I have my profile on school, you wanna make sure that your profile on TikTok also matches according to the guidelines of TikTok, right? So every platform has different guidelines and different regulations that you have to follow. If you don't follow them, you're not going to do well in there. Okay. So on TikTok, you want to start a brand new account. Now, don't get creative with weird names, because people want to be connected to people, not some weird name, right? So if your name is not John Bell, what the freak? What is this? Whatever. That's something new. Seriously? Ay, ay, ay. What? What is going on? Okay, I'm already in. So, okay, so now we're gonna take a look at my TikTok profile. This is my original account that is actually on banning mode. So we're gonna wait for this, but I've already updated it, right? But because of this, then what I've done is that I've actually created a Live Good account with for me, Live Good Maria Lupita. Okay. So here's my Live Good Maria Lupita account. So because I captured my Live Good with marialupita.com, then I have that as my handle name. And then I just actually bought marialupitalivegood.com, so that could actually be the name that is read by everybody else. So when I show up at somebody's live, or when I comment on other people's lives, or when I comment on other people's posts, then it's going to clearly show my name, that's who I am. So like, for instance, I'm going to go to this guy, the Faith First Dad, right? The Faith First. Okay, let me tell you, don't do that. Don't do this. This is not smart. If this guy ever disappears, how am I going to find him? You know how many Faith Dads there are out there? So if you don't have your freaking name, you're making a big mistake. So I'm not gonna go to this guy. I'm gonna find someone. I'm gonna go to Side Hustle. So I'm gonna go to Side Hustle, right? I'm gonna go to Side Hustle, and I'm just gonna show you what you want to do. So I'm gonna this guy is trashing Live Good, but he's very good at what he does. So I'm gonna go to one of his most recent misleading information.
I used to get really discouraged because
like, he gets a lot of comments, but there's, so I'm not gonna comment on anything that doesn't have a lot of comments, first of all. So you wanna find people. This guy has almost 300,000 people that are following him. And then you wanna comment on videos that are recent and that have a lot of comments, but that they haven't been sitting there. So this one is from 7 hours ago. So this one is a good one, even though it doesn't have a lot of traction, it's only 7 hours ago. So I'm gonna say, I look forward to watching this video, because I haven't watched it, so I can't really say. Can you do faceless YouTube? Faceless is incredible. Think FedEx, right? FedEx is faceless. FedEx is faceless. Okay. So now I'm gonna post this and guess what showed up? Maria Lupita All Day Freedom. Oh man, I'm logged in into my other account. But if it was my LiveGood account, it would show up as Maria Lupita LiveGood.com, right? So you want your domain and everything else to show up. So that's the point of that. Does that make sense, John?
Yep, that makes sense.
So now you want to create a brand new account, and then you want to go to my profile. That is the Maria Lupita the Live Good one, and literally just copy it. Now, if you don't want to work with Gen Xers, that's okay. Work with whoever, for every dad, if you're a dad, then say working dads. I want to help you. Work with working dads, and you cannot go wrong with that. If you're a mom, then work with working moms. If you're a grandma, then work with, I just don't have those, so I can't work with those. But if I had that, then I would work with that. Now I have Cooper, who is a 30-something-year-old young man. He says, I'm a future dad. And I have three sisters that are single moms. So he helps single moms because he has lived that, right? So as you can see, I only have 188 followers, and my videos don't get a lot of traction. I mean, very little traction, right? But because I post content that is very intentional content, then people are asking me, maybe not this one, maybe not this. Oh, maybe not. Okay, pass it, right? So here it is. So I use a word that is an SEO word, that is the word that people are going to respond to my videos. So passive is a word that people are looking, passive income. So my keyword for them to comment, and you don't want to just send people directly to a link on your page. You want to send them to comment, to create engagement, because that's how we get rewarded. That's how the algorithm, that's how every platform wants us to keep people hooked. So the way that you keep people hooked is by asking them to drop a word that is going to help you in your business. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. Now, I give you the videos to make. All you have to do is go to my Live Good page, and you can literally copy every single video that I have made. Nearly all the videos that I post are videos that have already been proven to work. So when you look at a video from me, even if it has very little views, they're videos that have already been proven to work. So like this one got 11 million views. 11 million, right? So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I also made another video that I teach you step by step how to duplicate videos that other people have done. I don't want you to write down every word that somebody says. There's literally a training as to how do you go about effectively duplicating videos. Okay. Questions so far?
No, this is good.
Okay, perfect. So let me go. I wrote down 2 people, remind myself, this is a long term. I am now, why my freedom? Okay, I decided, okay, social media essentials. Okay, your clear photo, we talked about that. Your first, so again, let's talk about this. This is really important. I'm going to give you another example of what not to do. This is not going to help you. There is this gentleman that when I become friends with him, and see, like, I don't even know what his name is. Outdoors man, I think. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, and then he's gone. The digital dot outdoorsman. People don't think like that. People don't think in dots, right? And they definitely don't think of when I want to think of Travis, I don't want to have to find him by the digital dot outdoorsman dot. Now he's done very good for himself, right? Because he would say, well, heck, Maria, look at what you've done and look at what I've done. But if TikTok ever takes his business away, he has nothing. He has nothing because he has not really branded his full name. Sometimes he'll say, this is Travis. There's a lot of Travises, but there's only one John Bell. There's only one Dr. Carlos Alonso. There's only one Maria Lupita. So always lead with your name. That is the main thing. Okay, got it?
Got it.
Okay, next, moving along. Let me make sure that I have, okay. Hang on one second. Okay, so we're done through there. Okay, clear photo, first name, last name, and then you want to use the same name. So I do marialupita.us because obviously my name is kind of common. So my name, because it was taken, I just have marialupita.us across all the social media platforms. Obviously, except for my Live Good TikTok, because I want to brand TikTok. I mean, I want to brand Live Good because Live Good spends so much money on marketing. And then you want to buy a short, memorable, easy to spell, easy to say, and with the intention of the listener in mind. So if I tell people to go to my marialupita.com and I tested this, I wouldn't get as many hits because it's all about Maria Lupita. I'm not Taylor Swift, right? But if I tell them to go to All Day Freedom, then it's about my listener, not about me. So if you put yourself as johnbell.com, that's great, but it doesn't get them to remember you because it's not about them, it's about you. So you want to do either Live Good with John Bell, Live Good with John, or something along, but it has to be a .com, easy to spell, not that has different variations. So that makes sense?
Yeah, so what about something like for the dads? Is that too short for the dads.com or for the working father?
Yeah, if you can find that, that would be phenomenal.
Because you're saying to keep it simple, but
yeah, you want to keep it simple. Workingdads.com, right? Digitalworkingdads.com. So anything that has for working dads, yeah, but just keep it short, keep it memorable, keep it fun, keep it easy to remember, and keep it frictionless. If you say let's, is it apostrophe or no apostrophe? That causes friction. If it causes a question, then that's not a way that you want to go. Got it?
yep.
So for instance, my examples are marialupita.com, but you don't want to use that unless it's your inner audience. Livegoodwithyourname.com. Those are great because no one knows about this one. No one knows about this one. That is, it says so many different things, right? Live Good, which is the name of the company, but it also implies Live Good with John Bell. Who wouldn't want to be Live Good with John Bell, right? And
I don't know who wouldn't want to live good with him.
exactly, because that is about them and it tells them about you. So
Right.
with me, I just got Live Good with Maria because that was available. Now, if I were smarter, I would do Live Good with Maria Lupita, but sometimes people have a hard time spelling Lupita, so that's why I said Lupita. All Day Freedom, easy to spell, easy to remember, and fun to remember. Now the platforms, you want to do TikTok, and you wanna just literally follow what I'm posting and literally copy it and dupe it. Copy it. When you say legs, that means the direct people under you, your loved ones. Okay, Amy, I just saw this one. So when we're talking about legs, are the different teams of people that you have enrolled. So for instance, I enrolled 30 people. So those 30 people are spread across, right? So out of those 30 people, only Dr. Carlos is the one that is building. So I literally have one leg, even though I enrolled 30 people. So I need to have five of those people that are enrolling people, and each one of them does not count for more than 500. So like Carlos was saying earlier, if someone, let's say that somebody goes wild, let's say Carlos keeps going wild and he enrolls 5,000 people, irrelevant because only 500 people count. I wouldn't be a diamond and start collecting more of the profit sharing money that Live Good does. That's a great question. Okay. Just try. Okay. So when it comes to the way that we build, okay, we first go to the low hanging fruit. If nobody knows who this guy is, right? If nobody knows who this guy is, this is Alex Hormozy, and you guys get a $12,000 training inside of our community. Inside of our community, he literally teaches you step by step how to build a business. And guess what he teaches you? To go with the low-hanging fruit, to go and enroll the people that you know immediately know you, like you, and trust you. You gotta build some trust, some building first, and you gotta go with the people that are willing to say yes. But don't go to the people, like I said, the people that are already multimillionaire. They don't need this. I did that and I look really foolish, right? Don't go to the people that say, oh, is this one of those pyramid schemes? Like this never worked. Don't waste your time with those people. Just go, the people that want to take a position, my mom is not going to do anything. When I was telling her today about how excited I was, she's like, okay, okay. I was like, Mom, that was a yes or no question. Okay, okay. I'm like, Mom, you're not even listening. Oh yeah, I was writing it down. I was like, oh, mommy, just let my mom be mom. That's all. That's her job. My job is to build wealth for her. So, again, you want to do what all the other greats have done. Jeff Bezos went to a group of people that needed to fundraise the money. People that he knew, people that knew him, liked him, and trusted him. So you need to find 12 people that know you, like you, and trust you. Because out of those 12, you need to find 2 that are your Carloses of the people, right? I have found 1. I still need 1 more to start duplicating. Make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, perfect. Let's keep moving. Create a brand new TikTok. Don't dismiss that. Now, it is different. Creating a brand new TikTok, it is very different. That is widely accepted and encouraged. If you try to create a brand new, and all of these have to be personal accounts, not business accounts. If you go and you try to get fancy and professional, it's only going to backfire, because people don't hang out with professionals. People want to hang out in the inner circle with the cool people, with the cool kids that they feel like know you, like you, and trust you. So don't waste your time in trying to be professional. You want to look like a normal human. And then, so TikTok, Instagram, and the other ones, you can create brand new accounts. When it comes to Facebook, you need to have an oldie account. Now, you don't have to grow on Facebook, but you do need to have an oldie account, because otherwise you look a little sketchy. I'm not saying you are sketchy. I'm saying that if you have an account that is a few months old or 1 year old, especially if you're someone in your 50s, it's going to look sketchy. So don't do that. But if that's the only choice you have, then that's what we do. Okay. Never a business account. Profile, make sure that you look trustworthy, and make sure that you look like a human. Don't make the mistake that a lot of people make. Don't put your dog, don't put your kids. This is an account to build know, like, and trust factor. Okay? So don't put your dogs. Put a clear picture of you, smile, because people like smiling faces. Facebook. Okay, now we're moving on to Facebook. Your profile needs to be clearly stated, and you need to have your domain, and then we're going to talk about the domain in a second. We're going to have your information clearly stated, so that you don't miss what you need to what you need to have in order when people go to your page. A lot of people are coming to me on school because of what my profile says, right? So you want to make sure that you have the information that people need, that they can look at a glance, and then they start looking for you. Okay. If you want to build on Facebook, let's say that you want to build on Facebook, and you want to do faceless marketing. Faceless marketing doesn't work as well on TikTok if you want to build this kind of business, just so you know. Now, can it be done? Yes. Is it going to be harder? Yes. So if you want to make it harder on yourself, go right ahead. But if you want to make it easier on yourself, you got to show your face if you want to make income the way that we're making it. So like, right, you want to go to communities that have people hanging out in this community. So I live in Orange County, so Orange County businesses. You want to have groups that have no less than 5,000 people. Now, in some communities that is my own community, then I'm okay with having less than that. So if you want to, what you do is that, like, for instance, I'm going to show you what I posted today and see. So this one, right? This is a great one that you can literally duplicate word for word. Picture this. I want you to hear this, okay? Can everybody go on a trip with me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So close your eyes. Picture this. You wake up at 10 a.m. No one is chasing after you for overdue work. Your morning is perfect. You're doing whatever you want. You're working from home, traveling, or partying at the beach. Why? Because you have a thriving online business that is automating and working for you 24/7 and is paying you passive, predictable compound income. And you don't even have to meet with people anymore. You have a rejection-free freedom machine. You decide your own schedule, not the other way around. And because you're in this online space, if you wanted to, you could design it so that you have a lot of free time, which you can now go spending it at traveling, pursuing ballet dancing if that's your thing, or do just spending hours with quality time with your favorite humans. And yes, it's quality time where you are fully present with your loved ones. And why? Again, why? Because this is what life could look like if you are a membership brand ambassador affiliate. With the right steps and the right strategies, an automated online business can be one of those lucrative career moves in your life. Join this 90-minute masterclass with the founder of the iAccess community, Maria Lupita, and the elite members of the Side Hustle community on trailblazing a new exciting career for yourself as a member brand ambassador affiliate. Claim your free spot right now. Comment passive for your free masterclass. Now, who wouldn't want to sign up for that? How does that feel, John?
No, that feels, really good. I think it's simple.
Right? So this is considered faceless marketing because I'm not making videos or anything. So I could put something else, like I could put a picture of my family. I could put a picture of something else. Like I could even do a stock photo, or I could just do a picture of the beach or whatever, right? So it can be completely faceless, but I choose to show my face. So this is what you would be doing in Facebook groups. And now here's another one. 90,000 in 30 days challenge, blah, blah, blah. That's actually a perfect picture of what faceless marketing is. Copy, paste, post method. And that's another thing that you can do if you choose to go on the route of Facebook. But John has chosen to go on the route of TikTok. So that's what we're talking about, TikTok. So if you want to learn more about, for those of you who are listening on the replay, if you want to learn more about building on Facebook with Facebook faceless marketing, then you're gonna have to request a hot seat for that. Okay, so let me come back to you. How are you doing so far?
I'm good. I just keep watching Alex. It keeps going by. So, but it's good.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Okay. Okay. So, so if you want to be effective on building a Facebook account for your business, you don't have to necessarily post on your personal page, but you do want to post every single day on 10 different Facebook groups where they allow self-promoting, because otherwise you're going to get banned from a bunch of groups, and then eventually Facebook will also get in trouble with that. You also want to make sure that on the groups they allow work from home, affiliates, income, and MLM, because a lot of people are anti-MLM if you're building it on Facebook. And then you want to make sure that you're adding value to every place that you're going versus just selling. And then you always want to do a CTA when you're posting anything. You want to do a CTA, in spite of the fact that experts like Alex Hormozi tell you not to do a CTA. Now we have proven that putting a CTA, people want to be guided and people want to be shown what to do next. Access in order for this, this is why we're not doing it with John, because there's a whole list of things, of all the things that he has to have. And one of the things is that you want to go look at that checklist and you want to make sure that you have your login information for every single account. So now let's say that he already has his TikTok account and he already has his link to his to our community on school. So the next thing that he would do, because he's enrolled with me, he would go to my Because account, which you can access by going to Maria Lupita. And again, this is for people that have directly enrolled with me. If you have enrolled with someone else, then get their link, not mine. So please be honorable, because you want someone else to be honorable to you. So like when John gets to, if you're watching and John invited you, don't grab my link, grab John's link, okay? So you're gonna take this link, and then you're gonna go to right here where is that. Does everybody say try for free? Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna go there, or to whoever sponsor you into Live Good, and then you're gonna say that you are a human. So we're gonna wait to verify that you're a human, and then because I'm already logged in, I think it's gonna take me to log in. So here again, don't just put John Bell, right? Just John Bell. You want your name to be clearly spelled. No, I mean, unless it's necessary, no middle names, just first name and last name, and then you're gonna create all of this. So once you create all of this, you're gonna literally be duplicating what I have on mine. So give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, we're gonna Maria Lupita. No. Hang on. Org. Okay. So what? Maria Lupita.org. Well, this is interesting. It's crossing with others. Okay, so then you're literally going to duplicate. Obviously, instead of my face, it'll be your face. Instead of my name, it'll be your name. Instead of my links, it'll be your links. And then you don't want to have a bunch of links right here. Now, because I do move my system.io, then I have my link here for my system.io because I do use that one a lot. But for you, if you're not doing system.io, then you want to just stick to this video, right? And you don't have to have a video of yourself. You can use mine. You don't have to use a video, period. Then the only side hustle, and you literally just copy this, right? And then here you do exactly this. You put a picture of the ocean or something that you want them to envision when they go here. Once they go here, they're going to put their name and email address. And then once they put their name and email address, they're going to get an email, and on their name and email address is going to look something like this. Give me 1 second. It's going to look something like this. So you will literally copy everything that is in this thank you page. You're going to go to my thank you page, and you literally copy this. So this one includes 2 links, and I have to move this so that it's above the fold. So the first link, you're sending them to your Live Good free tour, and your second link, you're sending them to your community in Live Good with your own link. Okay, so you have to have your own link, so that people that come to the community, they are attached to you. Make sense?
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay, perfect. So now moving along. So now we've done Live Good, your login information. Oh, and then how do you find your login information for Live Good? Everybody knows how to access your login information for your free tour. Okay, so you want the login information, the one that the one that you're going to put here is your login information for your free tour. Never send people to products. We don't promote products because we don't make money for products. Who here wants to work really hard to make no money? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. So if you want to actually make money, promote your Live Good free tour. If you want to make no money, go ahead and promote products. I'm just saying, right? The products are you can buy the products once you're making 30 grand a month. Okay, next, you want to make sure that you grab your domain, as we spoke, from GoDaddy, which is the easiest one. Then you want to make sure that you get your Live Good side hustle invite list on School for our ATM system. And then you want to have your login information for your TikTok channel, because you're going to need all of that for your Beacons account. And then you want to create your Beacons account. And we do have a training on just how to create your Beacons account. Be sure that your Live Good free tour is added to your Beacons page as well. And then make sure that you have an email. Okay, this is also very important. You want to have an email that is easy to spell, easy to remember, and easy for you to do, especially if you can have it on Gmail. And you can always reroute those emails to your main email. But if you have an email that is really hard to remember, people are going to have a hard time. Like one of my friends, he wouldn't listen to me, and he put the FRT, which I don't prefer, old FRT at gmail.com. Well, guess what? It got called a spam. A lot of people wouldn't open it. And then he got banned from a lot of places because he didn't have an appropriate email. So don't try to be funny. Be professional. John Bell, John S. Bell, or johnbell.us or whatever, right? At gmail.com. So that one, you want to make it really easy also to remember. Don't put numbers. Numbers are confusing. Most people don't remember numbers, or unless you are Dr. Carlos or you are John Bell, who works with numbers. Got it?
And you recommend Gmail as a
Yes, I
primary
recommend
email,
Gmail.
not
I
Outlook
recommend
or anything
Gmail.
else?
I recommend Gmail all the way across. Yes.
Okay.
Pro tip, save these notes in Google Keep. Don't wait until the training to find them. Oh, oh, so all of this stuff that we're talking about, right? I'm saying you want to download this list just like I did, so that you have it all ready. So when you get to this replay, you want to have all of this ready so that you are able to do step by step versus trying to like hunt everything down. So that was my reminder to myself. And then make sure that don't use my link unless you're John or Carlos. Go back to the person that invited you to become to enroll at LiveGood, and then get their Beacons account or wherever they're going to guide you to. I recommend Beacons to anyone that doesn't want to use System.io. System.io, if you want to take it a little bit of a step farther, that is by far the best way to do it, because this is what it looks like. It is beautiful, and it becomes totally fully. It just takes extra steps. All day freedom. So people go, step one is here. So it's very clear. There's no distractions of anything. They put their name, their email address. Then their next page that they're going to get is the opt-in, which is this one right here. And then from there, they already have all the information, and then they go to their email, and then there's a sequence of emails that they're going to be getting for the next 30 days. And then they're going to be getting newsletters through my System.io. So, but that's a little more complex. But I pay somebody to set it up for me because I don't know how to do that stuff. Some people are able to figure out on their own. But if you don't want to mess with all of that, just go to Beacons and do Beacons. Okay, got it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So let me keep moving. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Email pro tip, Beacons. Okay, the Beacons, just literally duplicate what I've shown you. Make sure that you follow everything that we've spoken about. And then what you're gonna do is that when somebody says passive, or I want to know more information, then the way you respond to every single person, this is why you want to do all of this extra work, because you don't want to keep trading time for money. Like some of my friends that I've been calling now, they're like, well, can we meet? No, this is an online business. They're like, but I want to see you. I want you to really show me. Well, I'll meet with you for lunch at another time, but otherwise I'm showing you the wrong way, and I'm doing I'm doing at the service to my business, to live good, to you, and to myself if I go meet you in person. So no, I will not meet you in person. I would rather them not enroll than force me to go meet with them to run this business that is an online business. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And John has experienced this as well. Because you wanna teach by example. The first experience that people are going to have is by the way that you respond to them. So if you are always doing what is your business, not their business, are always running what
$10 membership.
so okay, so like for instance right here, right? I want to join. And I break it into three, right? Visit alldayfreedom.com, and that's all you answer. Visit alldayfreedom.com. Visit alldayfreedom.com. Visit alldayfreedom.com. Visit alldayfreedom.com. Visit alldayfreedom.com. Visit alldayfreedom.com. When they go to alldayfreedom.com, then from there they're going to be taken to here, and then from there they're going to go here. So that automates your business. Make sense? Okay.
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay. Time commitment. Okay. In order for you to do this, you must follow. Don't reinvent the wheel. I've already had people that have tried to reinvent the wheel. I promise you, it's not going to work. And it may work, but you're reinventing the wheel and you're adding a lot of frustration to your life when it's not necessary, and you're delaying your success. So what I recommend that you do instead is just follow the blueprint that I give you. And this blueprint is right here. Literally, it's right here. And you follow this blueprint. You choose the problem that we solve. We solve ending the frustration of having to trade time for money. The one offer is that we give them a way to have an online business. The transformation that we give them is that we give them their freedom back, their time freedom back. Their ideal client is whoever you choose. You know, for fathers, I say working dads. For moms, working moms. For grandmas, you know, grandma time. And then when it comes to the what do you do on a daily basis, just follow the 5x5 method. It literally tells you everything that you want to do. Now you might be thinking, well, Maria, I don't want to post 5 times a day. Well, you make 3 videos. One video is the talking video, and then you do in caps. Yeah, I think it's called in books. You would do in books that are just music and words on the video, and then one talking video, and then you reshare those 3 videos onto your story. So that's a total of 5 right there. So you don't have to work that hard. And then you want to network in whatever platform you're doing, because you want to make friends with other people that are your potential clients. You want to comment inside of other people that are big. Instead of doing Facebook groups, you're going to go and comment in, like Maria Went. Maria Went is one of the most successful online creators that a lot of people follow her. So you want to be seen where other cool people are where other people are seen, right? So Maria Went is huge on so be careful, because like obviously this is a pseudo account. So it's hard to figure out which ones are the real accounts. Let me see. No. Maybe. So you can tell right away because of the amount of stuff. So you're gonna do your due diligence to find an account that is like this, or like for instance, Abel, he's a musician, but he's always doing different things to make money online. So you wanna go to Able, and you wanna be a commenter. Although the people that are looking for you are probably not gonna be hanging out there, but you wanna find accounts where your people would be hanging out. So like your dads, where are dads that are looking to make money online? Well, they're probably gonna be with Tony Robbins. They're gonna be probably with Alex Ramosi. But you wanna make sure that people are active on those accounts. Make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. Okay, and then so just follow the 5x5 method. That's your daily method of operation, so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And then you're like, well, Maria, how am I gonna invite people to take a look at the offer? Well, you're gonna post content so that they can say passive or whatever word you choose, and then you invite them to the ATM system, which is our Live Good community. And then that's how you invite them to take a look. And then how do you follow up with 5 prospects? You build content. You build a lot of content so that you can have people to follow up with. And then you're going to say, well, Maria, what about how am I going to get people to watch a video or attend a webinar? Well, we have a webinar we're going to start having a webinar once a week. You can also do going live on TikTok, or you can also send them to our videos that are here inside of the community. So we have a lot of videos that people can watch. So you leverage the ATM system, you bring people here, and then you say, look at the videos, watch the videos. So the same thing that I did for each of you, or whoever invited you to this community, they should have put you through the same process. Watch this video. That's add them to the deal, tag them on the videos, and then send them a DM. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now you want to make a decision. You want to make a decision. You want to make a decision as to what commitment of time you want to commit to this. If you want to build a real income, 2 hours a day is what is really necessary to do all the components for you to be successful. But there's some people that only have literally 30 minutes a day. So you have to maximize your efforts. You have to get rid of any noise. There's people that are doing it at 45 minutes at a time, and there's people that are doing it with just 1 hour. Everybody is different. So you have to decide how much time do you want to commit to your business. Have you decided how much time, John?
Yeah, I can, like I mentioned before, at least 2 hours, like one in the morning, one in the afternoon.
Perfect. So 2 hours would be absolutely phenomenal. So if you just follow the blueprint, then there is no reason for why you shouldn't have success, especially if you go with the low-hanging fruit. The low-hanging fruit is essential to anybody's success. And again, this is not network marketing. This is anybody who has created success. They have always Jeff Bezos, everyone, including presidents of the United States. They have always gone to the people that they already know them, like them, and trust them to create the first group of people that are going to say yes. And then you want to make sure that you're always looking at optimizing your profile, because if your message is not clear, or if the things change on the platform that you're using, you want to make sure that your profile is clear, because things are always changing. You want to make sure that you have enough content with valuable information, that you always have a clear CTA message with one concise message. And then this is why we do everything that we do. If you are not turning your people that are interested, if you're with me, you know that every time you ask me for something, I say, go where? Go to my all day freedom. Go where? Go to my all day freedom. Because you want to build an email list. Because let's say today we're doing great with Live Good, but 5 years from now, we're all making $1 million a year, because each one of us is making 100 grand a month. And Live Good decides, oh man, we're going to do some changes. Well, that's okay. We have our own people. So we just shift, right? So if Live Good decides to part ways, that's okay. That's why they're a business. They get to call their own shots, but we get to call our own shots. We're our own book of business. So that's why you always want to build an email list. Does that make sense? That is really, really, that's one of the most important things of all things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so that's why you have a domain that you forward to your Beacons account. That's why once you set up your Beacons account, that domain is what you answer to people. Visit All Day Freedom, or visit Live Good with John Bell, or whatever domain you do, that so that you can build an email list. And you never, ever, ever want to send people directly to your Live Good direct link. Now, everybody else will tell you that, but that's not going to benefit you. It's going to benefit the diamonds, and it's going to benefit the company, because if they do geofencing, the company is going to get all the people that you attracted to their website, but you're going to get nothing. Okay. Okay. Make sure that you block 2 hours for this training, and we've already done that. So we've already talked about that. We've already talked about that. And the final warning. Okay, we are finally at the end. Okay. Whew. Okay. So all of this is the list of all the things that I've talked about. This is available inside of our community. Everything that I've talked about is inside and available for everyone, including people that are not in our teams. So our community is open for everybody, because all of us benefit when the community grows bigger. So then the last thing is, you want to make sure that you are ready to have the intention of how much money you want to make. So are you willing, John, to make over $50,000 a month?
Of course, yes.
Okay. So in order for that to happen, it needs to look something like this. You have to search, right? Just like Jesus did, right? He went and searched, and he searched, and he searched, and he searched, and he searched. Singers, they went and they go and they search until they find the one song, right? So whether you want to be religious or not religious, you want to, in a business, you want to look for the offer and the clients that you think are the best for what you have. So number one thing is that you want to find, I wish I had known this when I first started. You want to find 2 people that are serious like you about making 50 grand a month. And those are people that you actually call. You don't want to meet with them in person. You want to do the exact same thing that I did with you, John. Bring them to the group. And these are people that you don't have to put them through the funnel. You can actually just bring them to the group and then tag me if they have questions, and I will answer all the questions on your behalf. Tomorrow we're doing a training, a masterclass on how all of this works and how it all comes together, because I realized that we didn't have a clean copy. So we're doing another webinar masterclass about how LiveGood works and how this 30 days to $9,000 a month, and then how the $50,000 work. So who are two people that you can think of, John, that would make it, that you think that they will take you seriously, that they are open to be open, and they have the drive, right? Because if you go to broke Uncle Bob that says that he really needs to make money because he's desperate, but he's broke Uncle Bob and nobody believes him, nobody trusts him, and he knows nobody, that's not going to benefit you. So who are two people that are action takers and decision makers that are a possibility?
Well, I have my neighbor, let's see, Omar, who's he's working up to do his own business, and then one of my good friends who I've known for about 15 years, Juan Tapia, who's looking to get married by next year, and I know him being he's getting married, but he has 2 kids. He's been a single dad for a long time, so I know building income is really important to him. So I think those are 2 people who I thought of right away. There's a couple others, but I mean, that last part that you're saying is subjective, because I'd have to kind of vet the person, like a little bit if they have the drive. I mean, I know a lot of people, but that last part is really, subjective. It's who is really driven to do it.
And here's it's a crapshoot, so you're not going to know. Like, for instance, Carlos and I had been working for years, and Carlos had been not being treated the way he deserved to be treated by other leaders. So when I told him that I was planning on doing this, then he says, I better get first dibs, right? I better get first dibs. So I want you to know that what you're offering to each of these people is a rare position that is front row property, oceanfront row property. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Alex, no. Sorry, hold on a second.
go ahead.
Hey. Oh, I didn't realize you were right there. I thought that you were. Sorry, go ahead.
So what you are offering to each one of these people is a privileged position, because all the work that all of us are doing is going to benefit them, right? So don't, it's a crapshoot. You don't know who's going to run and who's not going to run. People that I thought were for sure going to get it, they didn't get it. And people that didn't, did. So with that being said, right, you wanna give it first, but you wanna let them know. You wanna give the warning and the disclaimer. Hey, this is oceanfront, however you say that, properties, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you either take them or you don't, but you have 24 hours to make a decision, because it's a $49 decision, right? If they can't make a decision on $49, you don't want them. And it's okay, right? Not everybody's going to be a fit. So you offer it to them and you're like, you have 24 hours. After that, I'm going to go to the next people and the next people and the next people, right? Because it's a crapshoot. You're never going to know. And one thing that I want to make clear is that what Dee was saying, yes. So when you go to more advanced, you need a few other moving parts. So when you go to system.io, you do need a professional email address, but we don't talk about that because most of you are not going. If you want to extend to system.io, just reach out to me directly and we'll have a conversation about that and we'll do another training on that. When you say, okay, so we already answered all of that. Okay, perfect. So now your next steps are, number 1, enroll your family, your loved ones, if that's what you choose to do. If you do that, if as soon as you enroll your wife and your son, then that makes you an automatic bronze. That means that you're gonna start earning more money from all the work that all of us are doing, which sets you apart. And you wanna do that immediately in the next 24 hours. And we wanna do this by example so that you do that. So when I came in, I already had 20 people that had said yes, that they were going to enroll. And they all were already waiting, right? But out of the 20 people, only 7 were ready to like pull the trigger at that moment when I told them that I needed them to pull the trigger. Carlos was like, okay, I'm in, right? So it's one of those things that is a privilege that you let them have your positions. It really is. Carlos, did you have something to add? We can't hear you.
He's on mute.
No, simply that the first 2 positions are the more important positions, the positions that they will make more money after yours. And imagine this, they will make the most money and you will make 50% extra for everything that you do with them. That means you will make their money plus 50% more. That means if you will work for somebody, work for your family.
Yeah,
That's
for
the
sure.
main thing. Numbers don't lie. And when I told Maya Lupita when she called me the first time, I told her before she told me anything about what is, I say, no, I don't want to do nothing more. And after that, my knowledge for 40 years let me know and say, but you didn't hear anything what she say. What if this is the possibility? And I call her back and say, what you are offering? And that's when she told me, and when she started telling me, my mind started money. I say, they fix everything from the other deals that we did before. And I told her yes, and she didn't understand why I was so effusive to say yes now, and took me like a couple of weeks to explain her step by step why I was so excited. After 40 years of doing, more than 40 years doing this, why I was so excited. And she figured it out now, and now she's running all the way. You have the right person to teach you. She know about social media, and now you have a community that is us to help you too. If you need any help, we are here to help you. I will not benefit economically for you to make money, but I will benefit because this is my why. Help more people to reach financial freedom. I almost 60. I came to this country as an adult with no one word in English, and I need to learn in the hard way. That means I don't want people to pass what I pass. I see the good, the bad, and the worst. That's why I told Maria Lupita first, no. But this is completely other league. It's completely different.
So with that being said, you want to make sure that you just duplicate, right? And again, this was done by Carlos. We should add something here that this is the creation of Carlos. So Carlos gets the credit for this. All you have to do is find 2 people that are serious in addition to your loved ones, right? Your loved ones don't count on this one. But in order to find 2 people that are actually going to run and get serious, you're probably going to have to do anywhere between 20 to 50 to 100 people, sometimes more, right? In order to find those 2 quality, not that the other people are not quality, because I have a lot of quality people. They're just not, they're striking out. But when you get serious about finding 2 people, this is the result: $16,000. So you have to, because I didn't have this, John. This is why I'm so adamant about this. I didn't have this when everybody else was telling me they just do 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. I was like, I don't understand that. Didn't make sense to me until Carlos put this together for us. And I'm not even gonna talk about this because that's a whole different level. So I like keeping things simple. So don't get seduced by all the other money that we make, because you're gonna get people lost. The only thing that you want to do is get people to understand. Bring 2 people in addition to your loved ones, and bring them in the first 24 hours once you make the decision as to what you're gonna do. And then do that, and then do that over and over until you find your 2 people. Once you find your 2 people, then we grab those 2 people and we help them do the same, so that you can start making over $50,000 a month.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's it. Questions?
No, I think you pretty much answered, everything I had asked about the Gmail account. On the membership side, I guess I go to my LiveGood profile and just send that to my wife and son to do that from my page, right? Or
Yes.
my link, or like whatever. I should be able to
Yes.
see it.
And one
Okay.
thing you want to do is that you want to make sure that each person has a different credit card. So
Oh,
you want to make
yeah.
sure that each one has a different credit card. They can all be in your name, but it cannot be on the same credit card, because
Right.
they're different accounts. And then you want to make sure that, because like with me, I have one credit card that I'm always, even though it's $10, I'm always maxed out. So you don't want to take a chance on being maxed out when that charges, because then you'll lose all the work that you've done.
Right.
So that's another thing. Any questions, any thoughts, any was this helpful, by the way?
No, this was very helpful. I think, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I have a lot of work to, do on my side first, and get everything set up. I already did the TikTok. I just got to do the tagline, the bio, that part. But I already put in I already made it just simple, just my name. I already got that.
Good.
You kept saying it, so I already knew, just to keep stuff simple.
Good.
So
Yes, simple is
I'm
good.
not. I mean, I'm not even one to complicate it anyway. But I appreciate the message just the same. But yeah, simple is best. But yeah, I think I want to start with the TikTok, because I don't really use Facebook, and I don't know how to really revive my personal profile page, because I shared finance on there first, so it'd be kind of, in my opinion, odd to come with this on there. So that's why I don't want to really do that. So I like the idea of just
Well, no,
starting
and
over.
let me address. So on Facebook, you actually don't have to build it off of Facebook. You actually just use your profile to go build it on Facebook groups. But it is best to focus on just one platform versus a bunch of different platforms. So it is best to do it on just one platform. So before I forget, of all the ways that you can follow up with people, this is called the tickler 4 knocks in a box system. This has helped people make thousands and thousands of money by following up. So all you do is that you literally get cards. You get cards that you have the person's name, right? You have the person's name. You put a couple of notes, and let's say today is the 16th, right? So today I would go to the 16th of the month, and then I would look to see what my work is for that day. And then let's say that you say, Maria, I'm going to enroll 2 people tomorrow. Okay, so let's say that this is your card. So I'm gonna put you on the 17th, which is tomorrow, and I'm gonna follow up with you tomorrow to make sure that you enroll your 2 people and that you don't need any help. Now I do have 2 different deals, one for my team and one for my existing client, which is the blue, and then one for my prospects, which is red hot. So I keep them separately so that I can more easily keep track. All the other fancy ways that I have seen to follow up with people, they usually end up not being seen. So paper has been proven to work to be very effective. So I do have a whole training on the 4 knocks in a box stickler system. So if anybody needs to see that, just let me know, and then it's everything that I'm talking about. If it's not already in our community, then you just have to request it, and it'll be inside of the community. Any other things, John?
No, I think that was just it. Just that last part about the getting them set up to live good, so I can do that. And then I got to just check with the rest of the family, make sure that they're down, or that they do it.
Perfect, perfect. And then with my mom, I literally said, hey, I need your credit card and I need you to enroll for this. My best friend, the same thing, but I wasn't expecting them to do any work or do anything. I'm doing it for them. Okay, so
Right.
you don't have any more questions
No, I'm
and
good.
you feel like you have everything that you need to get launched.
Yeah, I had wrote down, I had took some notes, and you also, sent me a couple texts on the information to have set up. So I'm gonna get, going on that first.
Perfect. And then anytime that anyone has questions, all you have to do is go to Live Good in our Live Good Side Hustle inside of school and post your questions, because then this way everybody benefits from the questions. So if you ever have any questions, just post them inside of the community. Make sure that you stay active in the community by just saying your journey. Today I started my new TikTok account. Today I did this. Today I did that. Today I enrolled my son. Today I want to tell you about my son. Today I want to tell you about my wife. Whatever, but the more that you're seeing here, the more that when other people start showing up, they're like, oh my gosh, look at John. Oh my gosh, look at John. Oh my gosh, look at John. I am a member of this one particular group, and because I'm always talking every time, intentionally talking every time that 150 of us come together, they all think I'm a celebrity because I'm always talking, right? But it's just because they see me more, they happen to stay in the background. There's like 5 pages, I don't know how many pages of us there are, but because I'm talking, I get to be seen. So now, since you are taken care of, are there any other questions before we close by anybody? Claudette, are you new to the group? Any questions by anybody? Miss Patty, questions? Miss Patty is also one of our elite members that has made this community possible, by the way. So I want to thank Andrea, Dr. Carlos, and Patty for being so generous with their time and facilitating and sponsoring, because like I said, having this program does cost $100 a month. Go ahead, Miss D.
I do have a question. Do you have a TikTok training in school? Like that shows how to do the TikTok videos?
Yes, I have an actual training that literally shows step by step how to do a video.
Can you
And then I have
can you show me how to find that? Because I go to the
I'll,
classroom. When I go to the classroom, I see it like it looks blank, and I just want to make sure that
if you
I'm
don't find
looking at
it,
mine
just make a
correctly.
post. Yeah, if whatever you're looking for that I've told you I have, if you don't find it, just make a post and say, Maria Lupita, where is this training? I can't find it. So this one is the TikTok. It may or
Okay.
may not have, yeah, but it's so this one has how to go live on TikTok, but there's another one that I think is somewhere else. It might be on our getting started, but there's another one that I did, like literally I broke down how to dupe every single video. So I'll add that here. But just do
Okay.
me a favor, make a post about it so that I
Okay.
don't forget to
Yeah, so you can
add it.
remember. Okay, I can do that.
That
Thank you
was
so much. Oh,
And
and thank you
Maria,
for always being here.
what
the
was that? Dee?
beacons, how do I set up my beacons account? Or where is that
So,
training at?
yeah, great question. So if you want to set up your Beacons account, it is here. You go here, and then build your email list. Build your email list with Beacons, and then you go here
Okay.
and here. This is this. So let me move these two. So this one is so that you learn more about the steps on Beacons by Beacons itself. And then this one is when I sat down with Carlos and I went step by step by step.
Okay. I'll have to
So
watch
it's
that.
on the start here, right here, start here. And then
Okay.
from there, once you go start here, you literally go for how to use Beacons to grow your email list.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. And anything that you guys need, if you don't find it, just make a post, tag me on the post so that I make sure that I get to you guys. Great question, because that's actually needed to be done here on this training.
Maria?
Yes, Miss Patty. Yes.
So I was out doing my ride share and I pulled over to watch the webinar because I knew it was coming. And then my phone just went absolutely haywire. It kept on cutting off. So I think there might be a fuse in my car that wasn't allowing power to my phone. So I just went ahead and came home because I can't do rideshare if I don't have a phone either. But I want to apologize for missing a lot of it, and I'll take a look at the replay. But I do encourage everybody to put your questions in the community, because there's so many people that are very familiar with some of the things that you are having trouble with, and we can help each other.
And with what Patty just said, I'm just one person, by the way, and I have a lot of other responsibilities, and I have to build my own business. So for the sake of all of us, especially myself, because I am self-sufficient, then make sure that you, instead of sending them independently to me, know that every time that you post a question is going to benefit everyone, including your future affiliates. So that would be really helpful. But for the people that are in the elite group, you guys get a different thing. So if you need immediate help for the elites, if you need immediate help, just drop it in the chat, and then I'll either direct you back to the community if it's something that we can all do, or I'll grab you in the chat. But that's for the elites. For those of you who are wondering, you're like, wait a second, Maria, I thought that, but yes, for the elites is a little different. Any other questions? Those were great questions. Okay, perfect. It's a wrap. We even finished early. Mr. John, how are you feeling?
I feel good. I just, like I said, I have a lot of work to do on my end. So, but I gotta see how Alex is doing right now and get dinner made. So I'll be probably, starting tomorrow morning trying to get some stuff done.
So it looks like a lot. The number one thing that you want to do first is get your TikTok done, get your beacons started, and then get your links so that they can all communicate.
Well, I get my GoDaddy thing, right?
Yeah, you want to get your
domain.
GoDaddy domain, and then you get 24 hours to back out of it, right? So if you get a domain, make sure that you let me know, because sometimes we can't see. Like one time I got so excited that I got a domain that I thought I was killer domain. I had misspelled it.
Oh yeah, gosh, that sucks. Yeah.
So I was like, look at what I got. And they're like, what is that? I'm like, do you not see it? And they're like, no. Well, like, why is it a big deal? And I'm like, and I don't even remember what it was, but I had misspelled whatever I thought was so exciting. So always share it, and don't share it in the group, because that's intellectual property.
Yeah. So when I get the domain, just send it to you.
Send it directly to me.
Okay.
Domains, everybody, if you get a domain, don't share it inside the community, because that is intellectual property, especially if you're thinking about doing something. That's not something that you want to share in the community, because let's say that Carlos says, I want to go get Live Good with Carlos. And then somebody else that is Carlos goes and gets it before he does, right? So yeah, intellectual property, share it privately, not publicly.
John, can I say
Yes.
something? Can I give you a little tip so that you don't have to go through what I went through with GoDaddy? GoDaddy was simple to use. I loved it, but I spent hours and hours and hours perfecting my website, and then forgot to pay I thought I bought it for annual, but it was only like 3 months. So when 3 months went by, I knew I had finished it. So I just checked my email to see if I had any people, wanting to communicate with me, but I really didn't go back into that website for a while. And they shut it down, and there is no going back. Like, you'll lose everything. So don't ever let your subscription expire, ever.
Okay.
So
noted.
Even GoDaddy has subscriptions.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, especially since you gotta run. But it's been a fruitful evening. This is gonna go. When it's a long one like this, usually if it's longer than an hour, it takes about 24 to 48 hours before Zoom drops it over to me. So as soon as Zoom drops it over to me, I'll drop it over to YouTube, and then I'll drop it back into our community. And thank you, everybody. Who is ready to go make the $9,000 in 30 days? Anybody? Awesome. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a masterclass training. I mean, not it's more like a webinar. It's a webinar where I'm going to show you step by step what I mean by doing $9,000 in 30 days. So with that, I will see you all tomorrow, whoever shows up, and be sure to invite people because it'll be a good one. Bye.
All right, bye. Thank you.